Welcome to this week's edition of the Coaches Show. I'm your host, Jared Voss, and I'm joined with, as always, the head coach of the JCA Hilltoppers, Jake Jaworski. Thanks for being here.
No, it's going good. Thanks for
having me. Thanks. A couple questions. Seeing the early crowds at games and anticipating another big crowd this Friday, how exciting is it to have Friday Night Lights back?
Yeah, it's definitely nice to have Friday nights back in the fall. We had a great spring season last year, but just something felt a little bit different, whether it's limited crowd sizes, maybe not as much interest in the spring season outside of, our parents and our regular fans and stuff like that. So crowds were down in the spring, but, through 3 weeks this year, 2 home games, our home crowd's been great. It's great for our kids to go through that experience, having a big crowd at home, and then, obviously playing Providence this week, expect another big crowd. So
yeah,
great.
For sure. I mean, if anything's evident of what I saw, first deal of sale and coming into Providence, it's sure going to bring out a lot of people. There's nothing like you said, the fall, completely different than the spring.
Correct.
Awesome. Next question comes from a fan. I got an email from Chris Tashida of Chicago, and he asked, what does a typical game week look like preparing for the upcoming Friday night's opponent?
So the week, I guess, begins on a Sunday. Our preparation begins on a Sunday. We have a Friday night game. Kids are typically off on Saturday. Coaches kind of work from home. Then we come in on Sunday morning, kind of review game film from the week before, Friday night's game, and then take a peek at the upcoming week's opponent. Coaches kind of release the kids, and coaches kind of stay and do some meetings afterwards. Then our Monday is kind of an intro to the week. It's a half pad day, not a very physical day, but it's a day for kids to do some individual stuff, some technique fundamentals, review, maybe some mistakes or something from the week before, and then our basic installs and whatnot as we head into the next opponent. Start talking about maybe some new schemes that we're going to install for the week. And then Tuesday, Wednesdays are kind of our physical days, our prep days. We'll bang some pads and whatnot. And then Thursday's kind of a walkthrough, heavy special team day. Walkthroughs, any kind of last minute, corrections we got to make to our schemes. Some special situations, late game, late half, 2-minute drill, things like that. We kind of review that on Thursday, and then Friday, is obviously game day. For most weeks, go through the school day. We'll have a team mass, usually right after school, and then we'll head over to the stadium, or we'll hop on the bus to wherever we're headed. So that's kind of the a little glimpse into the week.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. I'm sure Chris does also, and the rest of our JCA fans. Last Friday, the offense got off to a blazing start, going up 21-0 in the first quarter. What do you like about your offense so far this year, heading into week 4?
I think when you look at the first 3 weeks of the season, we've had a pretty balanced attack. Not just balanced from a run pass kind of situation, but from spreading the ball around. From different guys stepping up. Obviously, we've had some injuries or whatever, or some guys had to step into different roles. Kind of a balanced attack, getting the ball, distributing the ball to different guys. If you look at kind of the stats from the 3 games, we've had different guy here and there have stepped up, got us some yards, scored touchdowns, and whatnot. So I think a overall balanced attack. Our offensive line's kind of gelling, coming together a little bit, led by Coach Douglas. Anticipating hopefully another good night for the offense.
Outstanding. Your defense, they've also been excellent. They're kind of led by 2010 grad Zach Dolph. But what kind of challenges do you think they'll face heading into this week's game versus Providence?
So I think when you look at Providence from an offensive standpoint, just throughout the years, the identity that they have, want to run the ball. This year they're kind of spread out a little bit more too, but it all starts with the run game. Quarterback can sling it a little bit. Got some good receivers. One of their slot guys, number 22, can really take the top off the defense too. So it's a guy that we gotta have our eyes on at all times. They'll move him around, put him in the backfield. They'll jet sweep him. They'll put him in motion, kind of move him around. So we got to be prepared for that. But they'll mix some things up, and like always, they'll scheme well. And we got to be ready for anything.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming over. Appreciate your time. Best of luck to you this Friday.
Appreciate it. Go Hill.
Thank you. Go Hill.
Hi, I'm junior Marley Hennessy, and I'm here with Coach Kisha, and she is head of the Angels Varsity Volleyball Program. So, Miss Kisha, you have played volleyball at the collegiate level and have coached at high school and collegiate level for years. Mm-hmm. So, can you tell us more about your coaching background and what you bring to the Angel Volleyball Program?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have been coaching for a long time. And I would say that specifically, I just bring a little bit of my own personality to it, which is what every coach should do anyway. So really just trying to focus on developing the girls, obviously their volleyball skills, but also getting the life lessons out of playing the game of volleyball.
Can you tell us about your coaching philosophy?
To sum it up, I would say at the end of the day, I just ask that any player that plays for me be able to walk away with their head up after what they've done. You should feel good about it. Whether you win or lose, you should feel good about it. So if you feel good about it, then we're good.
Your season has been impressive so far. You are currently 12-4. How have your players responded to playing during COVID, especially since they played during the spring season and then summer conditioning and then right into the fall season? Yes,
so playing any sport during a pandemic has been an experience for all of us. I've never coached in one before, so it was a little bit challenging, and it has been challenging because they really haven't had an extended time period where they could just kind of adjust. They went straight from the spring high school season to finishing up their club season, and then, like you said, going right into summer conditioning. So we tried to delay summer camp starting a little bit so they could get a little bit of summer in, and then we went right into the fall season. So playing within a mask, back again to that, it has its challenges because it's very hard to hear, and when you're in a loud gym, you're constantly like, what did you say? So just as a coach, you're always repeating yourself a lot anyway, but I think even now it's even more so. You're like, what? So they're on the court and they're constantly like, I can't hear you. And so you're trying to do sign language and make motions, and they figure it out. So it's been challenging, but they're adjusting to it like most of the kids right now. I think everyone's just really grateful that they're able to have somewhat of a regular season.
Definitely, yeah. So prior to being the Angels varsity volleyball coach, you coached with JCA Hall of Famer Chris Scheibe. What was that experience like for you?
Oh gosh, it was like so many things. And it was all of what I thought it would be and more. JCA has had an established tradition of great volleyball, and that's what it was. So to come and be able to be a part of that was just awesome. I was able to learn a lot. And obviously connect with the girls that I do have and see how I want to build the program going forward. And it's not something that a lot of coaches can say they've had, that type of start, that they were able to be a part of a program that's that established. So it was definitely great for me.
Right.
Yeah.
We would also like to congratulate Crystal Galvez for being named Chicago Tribune Player of the Week. What can you tell us about Crystal as a player, and what does she bring to the team?
Oh, Crystal brings a lot. She is, a lot of them would probably agree with me, but she could be a dangerous weapon. She could be a problem for a lot of other teams, and I would say this past weekend she certainly was. We moved her around position-wise, front row, back row, let her do some back row attacking, and she was a problem. A lot of teams didn't have an answer for her, so we're hoping to just capitalize on that. And then, when the other girls get firing too, they're scary. We haven't had a game yet where everyone on the floor has been going at the same time, but I'm excited to see it. But Crystal's a great leader on the floor. She's a dynamic hitter, and it's well-deserved honor for her.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for meeting with us, and
you.
Congratulations on a great season.
Thank you.
Best of wishes continuing.
Yes, continue to go up.
For more information, please visit our website.